Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Moon here, and we are going to be creating a KWL chart today. I know you guys have already created one of these. It's almost like you guys are pros at it, but we're going to talk about it real quick before you get started, okay? So today we are visiting South Africa. You might have heard me read this book already, and if you have, that's okay. If you haven't, that's wonderful, because we're going to use that to help us create our KWL chart. So if you haven't listened to the story, it's okay. If you've listened to the story, it's okay. We can still create a KWL chart even after we read a book. Okay? So our purpose today is to create questions before we read a book, while we read a book, and when we're done with a book. Okay? So when I first got this book, I looked at the cover. Okay, I saw that there was a lion, I saw that there were some animals, had some buildings, had some beautiful trees. It looks large, had some penguins. It's got a little bit of everything, doesn't it? So whenever I first started reading this, I was thinking, I wonder what South Africa would be like if I went to visit. So that could be a question that I think before I read the book, because I'm not just going to pick it up and start reading. I got to think, I got to use my brain, right? So whenever I look at the book, I might think, ooh, this looks very interesting. Then before I get started reading, I like to do what's called a picture walk. So I'll go through and I'll just look at the pictures. That's it. I don't even look at the words yet. Look at the pictures. I'll look at the animals. Okay. Oh, there's all sorts of different types of people. And then we get, there's all the different places that we saw on the cover. They even have a roller coaster. That looks pretty fun. That might be good to go visit. And then I see, okay, maybe this is his family and everything that they do. So I just go through and I look at all the pictures and try to figure out what's going on in that picture. What are they doing? What can I get from it? All right. Ooh, this guy doesn't look very happy. They look kind of sad. All right. Oh, they're separated. These people look like they're protesting or trying to get something. Oh, okay. There's a whole lot of people. Oh, then he goes back to his school. So now I'm going to guess he's probably talking about himself. So all the different pictures I'm just going to go through and I'm going to try to get an idea of what the book is going to be about, right? I'm going to generate questions. I wonder what they're eating right there. Okay? So before you read, you should always look through the book, always look at the pictures, and then think of questions that you might have. Okay? While you're reading it, you might want to ask yourself questions like, why does he do that? What happened there? Why did this happen? Wonder what's going to happen next. And then whenever I'm done reading, I'm still going to ask myself some questions maybe that weren't answered. So maybe I was thinking, how cold is it during the winter? I don't think the book it told me that as I read through. So there might be some questions that you still have at the end that you might be able to go look up somewhere else. Okay? So now that we know how to generate questions before, during, and after we read, I would love for you to create a KWL chart based on our book for the day from South Africa. Okay? So I want you to come up with things that you know about South Africa. At least one thing. You may have heard something. You may have already heard the story and you know one thing about South Africa. You may not know anything about it. And that's okay. If you don't know anything about South Africa, you can put, I don't know, but I would love to learn more. Okay? Because sometimes we just don't know about certain things. And that's why we learn. That's why we read, to find these things out. Okay? Now, what I wonder, this should not be empty at all. What are some questions that you have? Like I was saying before I was reading, what does he eat? What kind of food? So I could write on there, what kind of food? And I'm going to actually write that on there right now. So I'm going to use a marker so you can actually see it. You would use a pencil in case if you mess up. So my wonder is food. What do they eat? Now remember, we may ask questions that we don't know the answer to at the end of the story. And like I said, that's fine. It's okay. All right? Let me see. What else do I wonder? Looking at the picture, I wonder why he's riding on a bus. So I'm going to write that down. It's a good question. Why is he riding the bus? Now, some of you might be saying, Miss Moon, I can't write all that sentence. Parents can help, but even if nobody's there to help you and you're doing this on your own, try your best with writing. Pictures work too, okay? Draw a picture of a little bus. So I'm going to do my... So here is my bus. Okay, so that's going to remind me I was wondering about the bus. Okay, pictures work great. So then after you listen to the story, if you've already listened to the story, think about what did you learn? What was something you didn't know beforehand but you know now? Okay, so and if you need to go back to the story and listen to it again, please do. Please do. Okay, I did not realize that let me go back. They have 11 languages. 11. That's a lot of languages. So he has 11 languages. I'm going to put that I learned that there are 11 languages. Now notice, I didn't ask questions. I didn't wonder about the language. But what I learned is that there's 11 languages. Okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to go and create a KWL chart. What you know, there may be a fact that you know about South Africa. What you wonder, what's something that you question? What is it like there? What do they do for fun? What kind of animals do they have? One thing that I knew, that they have lions. Okay, I knew that they had lions before I read this book. Or animals, or safari, or anything else that you know, go ahead and write that down. Draw a picture of it. That works too. Okay? Then what you're going to do is you are going to share your KWL chart on a Flipgrid for your teacher, but you're also going to share your favorite part. What about South Africa did you like the most? Okay? I will see you guys again later. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you for joining me.